So how was that just all you was interested in? Was you still watching videos? Did you have at this point any interest in what the community was doing? And we'll obviously come to the obvious in a little while. Or was it just side doing what I was doing? You know,
Yeah, the community then was those four big creators.
yeah,
That was the community. There was no real foundation. Obviously, the Silver Forum had they've got this, I hate to say, but it is quite a dated thing that they have, and it's not easy to navigate around. And I'm quite tech savvy, and I find it a bit of a struggle sometimes to navigate that site. Being an old forum style web page, it's difficult. But there was nothing out there, was there? There was nothing. So the community really and the conversations that we were having were in the comments sections of the creators' YouTube channels. And thank God that 365 spotted it and thought, hang on a minute, these conversations are better served on a platform. I'm sure he probably thought of Facebook but he didn't. He thought of Telegram
yeah.
and thought, right, I'm going to set something up so everyone can have a chinwag about this. Because it was really difficult for him to keep replying to everyone on his YouTube channels, comment section. And, you know, he's seeing what's going on in America with hundreds of creators that are showing precious metals and investing and there was nothing here. And that was another reason I think he probably decided to go down the community route and think, hang on a minute, if they can do it, we can. I'm sure there's got to be British or European or there's got to be people like me. I'm sure that's what he thought. And damn right he was right, because I was there in the comment section and I was supporting him. I'm one of these people that never used to write comments on people's YouTube channels, but 365 would always create videos that I would comment on. And then we kind of struck up a mini kind of friendship through the YouTube comments. He could trust me that he would get a constructive feedback and he would get, support, you know? And I kind of I didn't get to know him at all. I got to know his channel and what he was doing. And he was so gracious to reply to me and every time I commented, he would reply to me. It's like something hit off between us that he felt compelled to reply. I never did not have a reply of him. And I think, and I knew then he was friends with the Stat Collector, because the Stat Collector was creating as well, doing his thing, growing slowly but surely. And then Future Investments was a friend of his as well. So there was them three really. And I was following all three, and you could see what was going on between them. They were all supporting each other. I thought, how bloody nice. This is a group of men that are supporting each other like that. This is not the United Kingdom that I know. What's going on here? Is this what precious metals does to people? It just, that camaraderie and that love and that respect and that urging each other to just do better. And just that, it's like a passion for life. It was amazing to witness and see. And I just had to be involved in that conversation, you know? So, yeah, off to Telegram he went to open up a community officially.
Cool. And how did that journey how did Si, as we know you today, how did that transform?
Well, how did it come about? Or
Yeah, yeah. It don't have to go in depth or anything. It's just like
that's okay. Um, so 365 set up Telegram. He set up Stacker Social. He launched that 2023. I think it was the August of 2023. And I was literally one of the first people. Because and still to this day, when I see a notification on YouTube that 365's released a video, I'm straight on it. I still find him fascinating to watch, and I have never. He's probably the only. I'm subscribed to 1,000 YouTube channels, right? And not all precious metals. I'm talking the manner of everything,
Yeah.
everything. But he is the one that I go to the most to watch. He just bangs out content. He's good to listen to. He's good at speaking. He'll probably disagree with everything I'm saying here, but he is a really good speaker. He gets his point across. This is what I'm doing. I don't care if you don't like it. I'm going to do it anyway. I just love it. But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling on. He
No, no,
just
no.
released these videos, and
The
like
way
I
I
was literally, because I was one of the first one in there to comment. Usually, a bit like it sounds a bit sycophantic. I wasn't like that. I wasn't like a super fan, but like literally with what I do in my job, I could be driving and all of a sudden I hear this ping and it'll be a YouTube channel that I'm subscribed to just come up on my phone while I'm driving. So it's just look at the draw. So, and I remember that video he put out that I am going to release 365 here. I'm going to release a community. He's going to kill me for that. And he launched Stacker Social on Telegram. And I was literally one of the first in there, along with a couple of others. And it kind of just, it was great to get to know them more personally and a little bit, not necessarily about their personal lives, but just a little bit more about what makes them tick. And, the stuff that you can't necessarily put in a video was coming through. It was wonderful, absolutely wonderful to see, watch. And literally, I was just talking to everybody. I was just so keen and really into what he was doing with Stacker Social. And he made me a moderator. One of the original members made me a moderator. And then basically I just randomly, I did a few voice notes. One of them was the story I've just gone through with you with the Bitcoin journey, which I know that he loved because he was into Bitcoin at that time. I did that voice note as well. And there was another voice note I did. Oh, I know what it was. It was I did a voice note about what do you do with your silver and gold if you die, which was quite a sobering, but a well received voice note that I put into Telegram. Just me rambling. I'd never do this. It's so not me to just sit there and just talk.
What inspired you to do it then? Was it just a random? Oh, sorry, I just
I
do
think
this.
someone must have started a conversation. I thought, I can't be asked to type all that out. So I've got it all in my mind, and I'm like, right, I'm going to have to speak here. And I'm all right. I'm all right public speaking. I'm okay. It's not a bother, but I don't know whether people would want to hear my voice. So I just did a few voice notes, and I think he really liked that. And I think he really liked how I was moderating it as well, because, you get some members that come in that were talking, excuse my French, a bit of bollocks about stuff that wasn't true, wasn't fact checked. And I would be there to put them right and to make sure that the group would be getting the correct information and not be led by people that think they know what they're talking about. And and he appreciated that. And, it was that leadership quality that he really enjoyed. And then he said, look, Si, I'd like you to become a co-founder with me. And I want you to help me grow Stacker Social. And, by this point, we'd struck up a really good friendship, a bit more personal as well.
Yeah.
But, in private messaging and what have you. And, because I did ask him recently, what was it that made you take me on as a founder? What was the fundamental point? And he would always come back to the leadership qualities that you've got a fair and balanced mind. It's a leadership thing. You just command a little bit of respect where people will we'll listen to you, but you know, um, you're just the right fit, basically. I think for what he's trying to do and trying to achieve to grow it.
Yeah.
And I've got experience in life that's probably valuable to him to help him grow it as well. And there we go. Yeah, it was quite an honour, but it was a real big chance for me to shine and
Okay.
to try and create a foundation. So, it was recommended to him that Discord would be a really good platform to do a lot of things that would blow his mind.
Yeah.
And it did. It basically blew his mind what Discord can do for a community if it's used right. And especially within our niche.
Yeah.
And yeah, we went over there and I basically told him that luckily with my friend Bill back in the day, I had plenty of experience moderating Discord channels and some of them were thousands and thousands of people. And I've had really good experience with that gaming communities as well, which can be quite toxic. So I'm, very experienced with dealing with toxicity and the negative side to social media. But yeah, we set this up and I started putting in rooms. He was at work one day and I said, "Oh, just leave it with me. I'll sort some stuff out." And it's before anyone joins, so what you can do is, as you know, with Discord, you can set it all up and then go live after you've set everything up. So I was putting in rooms, just banging in ideas. He came home from work, saw it, went, "Bloody hell, Si, that's amazing." That's literally within itself, you can see where conversations would spark with all these different rooms that were going on. So all these rooms were encouraging conversation on different parts of our hobby or niche.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah.
So very, very quickly, just going back to when he approached you on this, was it just a no-brainer for you? Or did you sit there and think, oh, do I want to do this? Do I not want to do this?
No,
Because you was dead excited about
no.
it.
I I totally got it immediately, and I was very humbled, but I got what he was trying to do, and I know what he's trying to create. And he didn't need to tell me or say anything to me. I knew what he was trying to do, and he'll probably tell you now if you speak to him that we're on the same wavelength. You know, same with TSC. We're all on the same wavelength. We know what we're doing. We know what the greater good is. We know where to take it. We know what we want from it in the future. We know, we know what to do. And we think we know how to make people that are a part of it really happy about being there as well, you know?
That's really cool.
So, yeah, it was a no brainer. And you've got to understand that, 365 is an amazing guy. And I've never met a man like him in my life. Never. Same with TSC. Unbelievable guys. And we bring out the best in each other. It's incredible.
Just all hit.
Yeah.
Just totally hit it off. That's
Yeah.
that's that's really cool. That's really cool to know and see that come across from you, really. Really cool. So yes, and the rest is history, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Proud?
It's amazing. Um, we've set a foundation to let people go at it and create the biggest community in the world should they want it to go that way or
Yeah,
that far.
yeah, yeah.
We will moderate the tone of it. We will keep things polite. We'll keep things factually correct. We'll keep things nice, pleasant, and enjoyable, and a bloody good laugh if we can as well.
Yeah.
And it's up to the people that are the members of Stacker Social to make it the best thing out there for
Yeah,
anyone investing in precious metals
yeah,
or investing in general.
yeah, yeah.
It's up to them. They're the guys that are creating this community. There's only a certain amount of credit we can take. I mean, only today, the ideas get thrown around, and I don't know whether you've seen it today yourself, because I know you're in there quite a lot. But is it Stacking with Craven and Sandy Millington have just come up with this idea to do like utilize a part of Discord that we're not utilizing enough
Okay.
to create a space where they can just have a chat with each other live on a Sunday,
Okay.
maybe after a Sunday lunch, just have a chinwag.
Okay.
And then if people want to go, then it's just the simplest idea, but just like these guys really want to create something.
Yeah.
They're new YouTubers, they're new stackers,
Interact. Yeah.
and I'm so for that, so down for any. I love all that.
Yeah.
You know, we're sitting there as moderators, because that's what we are. We're sitting there going, "What are these guys are doing?" You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
look at them, they're brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And
It's
I mean, even we've got a marketplace with an auction room, and the auction room has got to be the most entertaining part. It's hilarious.
yeah.
Create that hilarity is created by the community of Stacker Social.
Yeah.
It's just, why is the auction room the most hilarious and most engaging channel that we've got? Because Silverpunk's defacing something like he does, and people are having a right laugh about it and bidding and having a laugh.
Yeah.
And it's just, I've never seen anything like that before in my life.
Yeah.
You don't see that in an auction. You don't see that at Sotheby's.
No. Yeah. It makes
People
it quite.
bidding on a Picasso and pissing themselves laughing afterwards.
It makes it quite
Just
unique, really, doesn't it?
every day you see something unique, and every day is it amazes me. I can't. We're at that point now because we've hit that magical 1,000 members. We, myself, 365, TSC, and the moderation team, we're at that point where we could just sit back for a bit and just enjoy what we've done and just watch what these people are doing with Stacker Social. And it's amazing to sit back and just watch them create what they're creating at the moment. It's theirs. And they're literally just taking it as their own now and just running away with it. Within reason, we'll moderate it within reason. But, the marketplace is healthy. Tens of thousands of pounds have been sold on their feedback system. And, that's a very important thing that I must add to everything that I want from Stacker Social is this, doing what we do with precious metals. It's so important to have that squeaky clean online reputation, right? Especially if you're planning to liquidate in the future. You cannot mess about, because if you do, the only place you're going to be able to liquidate your stuff is Chard's, Atkinson's, Cardiff Gold. That's it. Because no one's going to buy off you. And Stacker Social is providing a place where people can build an online reputation, maybe that through interaction, through feedback because they've sold a few bits or they bought a few bits. It's really important to interact in these social communities, especially doing what we do in our niche. Build yourself a reputation. Oh, I know him. Yeah, he said that about that. Yeah, he's a good guy, he is. Yeah, I'll give him a punt. I'll buy a Britannia off him. You've got a platform there, people of Stacker Social. You've got a platform that's yours to use. And you've now got a free platform where you can liquidate your stacks. If you're in financial bother, get it all on Stacker Social. I can guarantee you it will sell. It'll all go. That's where we're at right now. It's amazing. Incredible
It
what these guys
certainly
have
is.
produced.
What watching it grow from nothing to where it is today at the speed it's gone. Um, yeah, it's been fascinating. A really, really fascinating observation from my point of view. That's for sure. And I can obviously you've switched into very passionate mode, so I can tell
I'm sorry
instantly
about that.
how passionate you are about what you're doing, and that's very nice to see and observe. Yeah, it is. That's really cool to see. So. Really cool.
Thank you,
So
mate. Yeah,
I'm going to ask you a question.
yeah.
Now, from everything you've told me, you've had quite a, mm, from a work point of view, it hasn't been a big social thing. You haven't
No,
been a part of a big social mechanism of in your work, in your big, you're now a truck driver, so you spend most of the time on your own.
yeah.
Other than how is that as because it's a bit of a responsibility running a group. How is that working for you? And I know you've got a great group around you, but personally, how's that working dealing with now being sort of semi-responsible for sort of lots of people as it's growing bigger and bigger and bigger? How are you coping with that? Or is there nothing to
Um,
cope with?
it's at the minute, it's at its easiest thing. You know, I was just talking about taking our foot off the gas for a minute
Yeah,
and enjoying what it's throwing up and how it's evolving.
yeah,
We are literally at that phase now. The hard work was done setting it all up to begin with, and I think the hardest thing we do, and we were under no obligation to having to do this, but we like to put on events. We like to put on things where people can get involved in, whether that be an anniversary event or a milestone event. But there's a lot of plans that we want to use going forward, where it's a bit more than what we've just been doing. So that is the bit where it takes the most thinking, the most planning. But we're at that point now where it's easy. There's minimal trouble. It's moderated very, very well. The moderating team that we've got. Big shout out to Primo, Rex, Silverpunk, and Wingnut. Each guy's got their own individual qualities. Wonderful, wonderful people as well. Very fair, very nice, and that's all we care about. And they are just scanning the rooms and looking after everybody and chipping in. But when you have a great team like that, it's there's no work. It's
yeah,
like the way we are now. It's like sitting in a nice place somewhere in the world, reading a good book about something we're really interested in, and that's what Stacker Social's giving me right now.
yeah,
It's literally I feel like I can just relax a little bit until we push on to the next big thing and enjoy the conversations that are happening. Because not only is it interesting to see what people are doing with their money and their lives and the amount of stuff you can learn, the knowledge that you can get, the you can really start to, it's a real powerful tool for when you need to create content for YouTube. I find it is really helping me. And it's great if you want to sell something. So, if I was a silver pourer right now, there is a really great silver pouring community in Stacker Social. So if I was a silver pouring artist right now, I wouldn't have any problems unless I can't pour silver. I know what to tap into. I know exactly what kind of designs to tap into, I think, to make a successful business.